Hey. Hello. Hey, hey, hey. Good morning. Thank you. Hey, good morning. All right. Let's get into it. Welcome back to my channel. This is Adana, also known as the Afro Scene. And today I'm reading for the Beautiful Handsome Collective. Hey, Collective. Flowers, flowers, flowers. Yes, flowers, flowers, flowers. One more time. Flowers, flowers, flowers. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell to book a private reading with me or to shop in my store. All that information is in the description box below. Okay, let's get into it. This is a chill vibe Sunday. Yeah, I just feel like just chilling early this morning. But anywho, channel message here is at the stroke of midnight. At the stroke of midnight, everything changes. Things go back to how they were. Okay, this could be an actual metaphorically statement or metaphoric statement, or it could be an actual physical experience. So you're gonna have to take this however needs to resonate in your story. Please keep in mind that it is a collective read, so that means that everything is not going to resonate with you. Okay, take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay. All right, so at the stroke of midnight here, things are going back to the way that they were. So first card that pulled up or popped up here was literally the stroke of midnight. There's a couple here that is afraid that things are going back to normal for them. And things going back to normal for them would be chaos, mayhem, stress, angst, anxiety, turmoil, lower vibrational activities, destruction, helplessness, hopelessness, all of these things here. There's a couple that's on the run right now. Okay. And they're right now they're going they're like trying to leave to go city to city, but currently they're on the run, they're homeless. So they're spending a lot of their time in and out of motels, but they're not aware that detective is watching them. I feel this is more of a spiritual detective, not an actual detective. I feel like that they have actually outran or they may have hid from an actual detective, which has spooked them into leaving their home. It could be also at the stroke of midnight they have left their home, but they're currently not at their place that they may have called home. They just left everything as is. In my meditative state, I saw bills piling up. I saw certain keywords such as like past bill due or past due date. I saw a home looking very disheveled, very unkempt. It wasn't inviting. It wasn't clean. There was a lot of just nuances that was happening within this home here. Too much chaos is going on. So someone within this couple setting here they can't take it. The idea that knowing that people are watching them, they can't take that. They don't know how to handle the publicity of negativity. Ninjas in reverse. So they're trying to hide as much as they can, but they can't. messages here. Let's get into this read. This couple has a child or children, and I do feel strongly that they left their kid, they're either their child or children behind. They left everything behind. They're only looking out for themselves because they know that they're in a lot of trouble in regards to what they have attempted to do towards you. So they're really trying to get out of Dodge because it's too much inferno that is, I'll say, surrounding them. It's like a ring of fire that they can't escape. Insomnia. I mean, yeah. If you're living a life on the run, yeah, of course that would give you insomnia. You don't know when your next meal is. You don't know where you're going to get your next meal from. You don't know if you're able to lay down and have a restful night. There are other things that are going on with them health-wise as well, too, that they can't maintain. Someone wants to go into a hospital, but they feel like everyone is against them. It's because of all the evidence that's piling up against them. They feel like the world is out to get them. Well, it could be a Gemini. Yeah, this specifically Gemini is in their head a lot. And they just keep asking the same old question, are they going to get me? The answer is yes. But I feel like this is really playing out in this person's mind, though. Their mind is playing a lot of tricks on them because of the things that they have done. A lot of backfired spell work has happened here, and they can't take the backfire. So the other person that they're with, the lover, so there's two people that's on the run. The ex that's on the run with their lover here is like tripping off. Interesting. And it's making the other person nervous because they're seeing them like trip out in real life time, and it makes the other person nervous. It's like, okay, I'm sorry, but I'm not. Yeah, this is your justice. Okay, we got emotionally exhausted. You remember that game? I think it was called Catch Me If You Can, or no, Street. It was a game where a little guy would graffiti certain parts and he would kind of run on top of the trains, and he had to be very strategic to make sure that no one catches them. It was like Subway Surfway or something like that. Like they're trying to dodge the elements of the Matrix. Thank you. Oh man. They're stuck. They're running to go nowhere. Everywhere they go, they're getting a lot of roadblocks. They feel like that they can't pass the blocks that are set up for them. And this is more a spiritual thing now. They have a lot of spiritual blockage that they can't get out of, or they can't like turn back the hands of time. They really regret coming up against someone like you. They regret it. They regret meeting you. They regret speaking ill about you. They regret going against you. They regret trying to cause this harmony in your life. They're really regretting it. Really, really, really regretting it. Regretting it. But the stage is theirs. Is what they wanted, right? Is what they wanted, right? They wanted everyone to see them in all of their chaos, right? Well, their wish is their command. It's too early to be. I ain't got no admins on here yet. I know I'm early, but ugh, YouTube, the comments of YouTube is just real, a little mucky. Yeah, anywho. Center stage. Center stage. The world is watching. And when the world is watching, I feel you should give them a show, right? You should give the best performance that you can. They can't. The only performance that they could give is running away from the stage or from all the publicity in regards to what they manifested or what they asked for. Sudden changes. Man, psychic. Whoever was within the dynamic of the couple here, they were considered the seer or the psychic, but psychic is in reverse. They were never a psychic. This was something that they were just interested in. They're interested in like the occult information, occult knowledge, but it's just more so on the negative aspect of things. And it put them in a position here where they're stressed out because they came up against someone that do know, spiritual code. Thank you, spiritual information, occult information, things of that nature. We have financial failure here. They're not going to get far because they don't have anything. If they need something, they literally would have to like break a law, break into someone's home, try to take something from someone. Like, this is the only way that they would be able to continue to move forward or to be on the run or to be on the lam. Praise in reverse. They're in the streets. People just watching them, just hysterical. I mean, hysterical. It is said that you should get at least 8 hours of sleep. Can you imagine going or being on the run for many days? Those days turn into weeks. It's not going to turn into months. It's just going to be weeks. But imagine that you're on the run for like a week or two, because I really don't feel like this is going to be long. It's not. It's just too much. It's too much to bear. It's too much tension. They don't have any money. People know who they are. They get really, really, really excited or really nervous if someone looks at them too long in public. They're just, I don't know what to do. It's just very nerve-wracking for them. We have stuck energy, but imagine that you're in a space where you are sleep deprived for a couple of days. That's not a good place to be. It's not. I've never been sleep deprived before, but just me not getting my sleep, I'm not a nice person when I don't get my sleep. I'm being honest. I don't play about my sleep at all. So I know that me could be, not so nice when I don't get my sleep. Imagine it's magnified to where you're in sleep deprivation. And sleep deprivation can actually bring on things as well too, like sleep paralysis, spiritual psychosis. It is important that you get sleep. It is. We have hood rat here and no communication. You're evicted. So I feel like their home was already on the chopping block to become evicted. I do feel like that they left their child or kids with family members and they just left. All because somebody was jealous of you. Imagine, this can be a seed of destruction, jealousy. Jealousy is a seed of destruction. And this person ensured to grow that into something that they can't tame or they can't handle. Like, I can't see someone, don't know you from a can of paint, and you look a certain way, and the first thing I'm going to think of is to be jealous of you. That makes no sense to me. That's just me. It just doesn't make sense to me to be jealous of what another person may look like or what another person may have, because as I mentioned, jealousy can actually steer you down a path that a lot of people can't get out of. And I don't want that for myself. Addictions while they're on the run. So they need their substances while they're on the run, but they don't have any money. They can't even afford to eat properly. They know they have legal matters. They know. They literally left everything as is. So if you were to go to, just hear me out. If you were to go to this person's home, the home is nasty. It's not clean. Everything is knocked all over. The toilet hasn't been cleaned in a while. The bathtub hasn't been cleaned. Like the whole home, it's not a place that you would consider to be habitable. It's inhabitable. So there's a fake empress here that is really confused that nothing is bothering you and nothing is touching you. Nothing is harming you. You're not in harm's way. Nothing is going to bother you in a negative way, or nothing is going to harm you in a negative way. And they're suffering in silence because they had no self-control when they thought that you were an easy target. But this fake empress here only did as to what their lover told them to do towards you, which is ridiculous. If you're in a connection with someone, why would you agree to that person telling you to try to harm another person? Just be in the connection. What does the collective have to do with any of this? This is over a scorned lover being upset that you moved forward. And the person that they're currently with is upset that person is upset that you move forward. So the person who's upset that you move forward is using this fake empress as a lapdog to do all their work for them. And what's happening here is causing this fake empress to suffer in silence because they can't beat you. Let's just call it what it is. They can't beat you. They can't beat you physically. They can't beat you spiritually. They can't beat you emotionally. They can't beat you at all. They can't. And every time that this person failed, this fake empress failed, so your ex is the scorned lover and your ex is with another person and they're getting that person to do vile things towards you, and every time it fails, it lands this fake empress into some form of domesticated violent situation. So they get abused for not being able to beat you. That makes sense? So I'll put it in this way. However it resonates for you, but I'm just going by what the cards say, okay? So if you are a man and you disconnected from a woman, your ex-lover, the ex-woman that you were with, she has a new lover, the masculine, and she's doing things to get the masculine to do her dirty work, vice versa, or reverse. If you are a woman and you've disconnected from a scorned lover, well, your ex-lover, which is a man, has their woman doing all of their dirty work, so that way they can keep their hands clean, number one, and number two, they want it to kind of be a fair fight. It was never going to be a fair fight because you didn't do anything wrong. They never wanted to be a fair fight, to be honest with you. They wanted to blindside you, but they wanted to blindside you by the same sex. So hopefully that makes sense. So yes, you have an ex-lover or scorned lover and they're with another person and they use that person to try to do things towards you here, and it failed. And every time it failed, the scorned lover that has sent that person towards you here, they end up in a violent domestic situation. Any personal questions that's in regards to you, you're going to have to book a private reading. So this is a collective read. I'm not doing any, not answering any private questions, okay? So we have Scorpio here. A Scorpio may go to jail for domestic violence. Because I do, and this is low vibrational, of course, but I do feel like because of the fear that they're emitting here, a Libra is also involved. A thief is here too. So far we have Gemini, Libra, and Scorpio. I do feel like with the Scorpio here, I do feel like that I feel like they're going to beat someone up really bad. Like this lover that they're telling to do things towards you, who can't do the things that they're being directed or instructed to do, vile things towards you. I feel like that this strong Scorpio is going to turn around and they're going to put this person in a very, very, very compromising position. It could be a Libra or a Gemini. Whoever's directing the person to come towards you, they're very afraid of them because they're in a weakened state. They're in a weakened state due to the narcotics that they were introduced to. They're in a weakened state because of all the spell work that has backfired, and they tried every avenue, and every avenue or every path or every road that they have taken, it's failed. So it has made this person become untrustworthy. Your ex, it has turned them to become very untrustworthy towards the lover who they're trying to do things towards you. It's creating like a violent streak in this person because the scorned lover can't beat you. That's why they had their lover try to do things towards you. Could be a Sagittarius, however it resonates. We have STD and then we have mental illness. What a good Sunday this day gonna be. Y'all ready for the Super Bowl? Who y'all got? Eagles? Well, what's the other people's? Eagles and in Kansas City, I believe. We have dark energy here. The dark energy follows these energies here. Dark energies that they can't control. Dark energies that they can't see, but they can feel. Somebody could be listening to Whitney Houston. All right, so my spirit is telling me to break down for each sign exactly what each sign is doing so far. So I'm going to start with, what was the first sign? The first sign was Gemini. All right, what are the sudden changes to this Gemini? What's going on with this Gemini? Yeah, they're trying to run away. They're trying to fly away. They're trying to depart. They're trying to leave. Where's my Kipper deck? Right here. What else with this Gemini? This Gemini could be an older woman. Okay? So they could be either in their 60s, born in the 60s, or their birthday could be in the 6th month, which will be June. They're going to jail. Hey, Jessica. They know their pathways are closed. They were only doing things. They were doing things that they were told to do. High honor is in reverse. So a high honored person, a high honored person versus a nobody. They are nobody. They have no substance to offer this world. They can't offer anything of positivity to this world. They can't do anything right in this world. They can't. Let's call it what it is. And they're scorned that your ex-lover still wants to be with you, number one, but then also number two, speaks very ill of them when they can't beat you. So for an example, when this ex-lover is telling, we'll just use Gemini as an example. Gemini, you in this low vibrational, you need to do this, you need to do that towards the collective, and they try to do it, but when they can't do it, the ex-lover starts to berate the person that they're with because they can't beat you. Oh, you ain't nothing. I know I should have been with you. I should have stayed with the collective, to make them feel some type of way. This is how they feel is going to pump up the person that they're currently with to come towards you. All they're doing is just making them crash out, not into you, into themselves. This person is very unstable mentally because it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. They're doing all that they can to appease this scorned lover, and it's not enough. And then they're getting upset at you because the scorned lover is berating them in regards to what they can't do towards you here. So it's putting this person in a position where they really feel like that they can't do anything. And that's the truth. That's the truth. A karmic here really feels like that you can't be touched. You can't be. In this instance here, yeah, you cannot be touched in this instance here. You ain't going out looking for trouble. You ain't creating trouble. You're not inciting trouble. You don't want trouble to look for you. You don't want trouble to find you. You don't do anything that's going to create any type of trouble. So why should you be in a position where you should be harmed when you're not the one that's inviting or attempting to cause trouble? Expectation is in reverse. So specifically for Gemini, a low vibrational Gemini, they can't handle the high well, not even high because it's low expectations. They can't meet the demands of the low expectations as to what or how this scorned lover is presenting certain things to them. Pitiful. Let's see who was next. I think I've mentioned Libra. So I did Scorpio. I'm going to put you on top of here. I want to make sure I get all the signs. Hold on. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. All right, next we have is Scorpio. So what's going on with Scorpio? A low vibrational Scorpio. Plotting is in reverse. So this low vibrational Scorpio cannot plot on you. So it could be a masculine. They're not an actual man, if that makes sense. They're a man, like if you see them, you can identify them as a man, but the way that they're moving funny in life, you would not consider this person to be an actual man. If that makes sense? So they're not a divine masculine. They're a karmic masculine. Frenemy. Okay, so this person is now a frenemy of yours, even though they could be an ex-lover. They're still considered to be an enemy of yours. Okay, they may have started off as, you may have started off as friends with this person. You may have declined this person's advances, and they did not like that. They didn't like the fact that you felt that you could walk away, but you were guided to walk away because of how this person exhibited a lot of anger towards you. You were guided to walk away. I do feel like that, yes, spiritual message. I do feel like your spiritual team came in to disconnect you from this person because this could have been a really different outcome here. It really could have. And this Scorpio, low vibrational Scorpio, was willing to put you in that position if they needed to, if needed be. But that's what's going to happen to them, not you. We got physical pain. Oh, goodness. It's not you. It's not you. You're not going to be in physical pain. They are. And that's their karma that they can't get out of. You were in a karmic connection or a relationship with a Scorpio, however it resonates for you. Next, we have the Sagittarius. What's going on with the Sagittarius? Low vibrational Sagittarius. So they cashed a check that they behind couldn't, they try to, what's that saying? They cashed a check that they behind couldn't cash, or whatever that saying is. Basically, they did too much. They bit off more than they could chew. Yeah, so we have, there's a bed here. So you see this person's hand, and they're carrying a person in a bed, or they're holding a person in the bed. So it was like this person is suspended in an illusioned state, because when you're sleeping and dreaming, it's sometimes it could be an illusion. It depends. I ain't gonna go too deep into that. But in this instance here, I do feel like this person, this Sagittarius, low vibrational Sagittarius, was in a dream or was illusioned by what the scorn level was saying about you. They believed everything that they said and they thought it was true. Basically, we would call this type of individual a pick-me, writing checks that they can't cash. Thank you. We would consider this low vibrational Sagittarius as a form of a pick-me energy here, where they're going to do as they're told. They're not going to second guess anything. It's like my man, my man, my man, my girl, my girl, my girl. But they're willing to be that ride or die for that person, because they want that person to really feel like that they're willing to do anything to keep the connection a certain way. And even in sometimes actually hurt and unalive others. So it's like they're going to be waking up from a dream. And when they wake up from the dream that they thought was something that they thought that it wasn't, they're going to realize that they're actually living a nightmare. And the nightmare is the karma that they're going through. Look, calendar. Their days are numbered. Their days are numbered. You can see a woman, like a silhouette of a woman, but you can't really see all of her. So this woman is like engrossed in darkness. She feels very heavy. Her spirit feels very heavy. She tends to dress up to perceive others or deceive others in a certain way. But you can't see how she's feeling. You can't, like, there's no face. No face, no trace. So this woman wanted to be behind the scenes here, and they wanted to doll up themselves in a way to that way they never would have gotten caught. These are individuals here that don't know they don't know anything about anything when it comes to spirituality. They don't. And even so, they didn't know anything when it comes to spirituality. The first thing they did was they picked up the most dangerous thing ever. Candles. Candles could be a blessing to you, or it could be a lesson to you. However way you decide to do your thing. As I've mentioned, spirituality is trending, but it's not a trend. It's not a trend. And if you come over here with that type of mindset and live it in that type of mindset, it's really gonna mess you up at the end. Spirituality is about the enlightenment of self. It's about going deep within self to places of self that you didn't even know existed. That's what spirituality is. It's for the enlightenment of self. What can you do to improve yourself on a day-to-day? You know what I mean? And knowing that these individuals don't know how to tell the truth, and also, yes, tell the truth. Spirituality, a big component of being spiritual is acknowledging the truth for what it is, not for what you want it to be, for what it is. For what it is. So, you have someone here that's looking up Google spell work here with no truth of self. Everything that they do is a lie. Everything that you do is everything that they do is a lie. Even down to the spell work that they have created and done towards you has been a complete lie. It's like trying to psych you out and you minding your business. Thank you. You're minding your business and the first thing that pops up is a big poof of flour. And you be like, wait, what's going on? But you ain't scared. You just looking like, what the hell's going on? And once all that poof, all that flour and that person try to put into your face just clears up. And you're like, oh, now you can see it, spot on. So this woman, this is a low vibrational woman, is being abused by your ex-lover or scorned lover because they can't beat you. So somebody getting they behind beats because they can't beat you, and they, I don't understand it. I don't understand it, and I never will. Oh man, you gonna put your life on the line for a Dusty? Okay, whatever. But they feel love hurts. Love doesn't hurt. It doesn't. That's the wrong message that has been conveyed to a lot of people over the years, that love hurt. Love does not hurt. It doesn't. It's very kind. It's abundant. It's opulent. It's caring. It's nurturing. It's soft. It's lighthearted. It makes you feel great. Not the opposite. So no, love doesn't hurt. Anywho, we have a Victorian dress, and this woman here is stuck. They can't get out of the creation that they created. I'll put it in this way. This person could be a fashion designer, or they can make their own clothes, or they can sew. They could be a hairstylist as well. They may have had a failed hair business. They were given a lot of opportunities to place themselves on the right path, and they did not. They wanted to appease this Dusty. Okay, whatever. And look what happens when you do that. Look what happens when you give all of you to someone that won't even give you 1/8 or 1/64 or 1/32 of them. So all eyes on them. More so the scorn lover too, because the scorn lover's like, I told you to do that. And I told you, and I told you, and I told you. And they're like, well, I'm trying, and I'm trying, and I'm trying, and I can't. While they're covered in a corner, huddled in a corner, trying to meet the demands, the toxic demands of a scorn lover that you left behind in the dust. Oh, man. Next we have is Libra here. What's going on with this Libra? So low vibrational Libra, okay? Lack of confidence. So there is a low vibrational Libra that has a lack of confidence when it comes to you. This person is also broke in spirit. They're broke financially, emotionally, physically. They're just broke all across the board here, okay? This could be a friend, however it resonates, or it's not a friend. So they may have come off as if they are a friend, but they're not a friend, however it resonates for you. Very toxic. They wanted to be sneaky in the toxicity. And they're dangerous to themselves, not to you, to themselves. You want to see somebody harm themselves? Well, I don't want to say it that way. Let me take that back. Let me take that back, because I don't mean it in that way. Let me find the words, because that's not how I meant it. Hold on, give me a second. You want to see somebody self-destruct when it comes to self? Leave them alone. Leave them alone. You want to see someone's true intentions or nature that they have for you? Leave them alone. Walk away. Disconnect. Knowing that your intuition or your gut is telling you, hey, something not right with this person. You may have actually exercised that to them. Hey, are you okay? Well, I felt this, I saw this, I had a dream, and they completely attempted to disconnect you from the things that you were seeing, or more so the visions that you were seeing, the messages that you were getting, like downloads, what's placed on your spirit. You know what I mean? They're dangerous to themselves. So if you want to see somebody self-destruct, especially after or before or even attempt to cause some kind of harm towards you, leave them alone. And they become a danger to themselves. And that's where all these signs so far that popped out, Libra, Sagittarius, Scorpio, and Gemini, that's how they feel about themselves. They're self-destructing at their own hands, not your hands, because you didn't do anything to this person. Walking away is a gift. It is a gift. Sometimes ghosting as well, too, can be a gift to self. Knowing that you rather walk away than hide. Or, sorry, you rather walk away than fight. You rather walk away than argue. You rather walk away and just let them fall to their own failing devices. They're having a spiritual awakening. They are. But it's an awakening of chaos. It's like, what did I do? Oh my God. Is this happening to me? Oh my, that's what they're having. An awakening of chaos. Like they finally coming to the senses, or they finally coming to terms that everything that they have done towards you has backfired. So it has awakened them into a position where they feel like that they can't get out of it, and they can't. There are too many warnings that were given to these individuals here, and they didn't care. They completely ignored the warning signs. Okay. We have checked the DM. Listen, stop begging. It's too early to be begging. If you want to read, you can book a private read, okay? Don't come on here begging. Don't beg. I don't like beggars, okay? Know your place. Don't come over here begging, okay? I don't like that. I don't like pushy people and oppressive people demanding how you feel things should be. That will piss me off. It truly would, because I don't do that to other people. Give me that respect over here. I don't push myself onto other people. Don't do it to me. I don't like that. As a matter of fact, I don't even like your spirit, so you have to get up out of here. I don't like pushy people at all. Just something about I don't like it. Anywho, we have hiding something. They're hiding that they have a mental, this was underlying. And as I mentioned before, if you're not in a good space mentally, it is highly, highly, highly suggested that you don't pick up candles. Please don't. Especially if you're doing it for negativity, because all you're doing is that you're just going to kick up and bring forth all the things that you may have hidden, that you might not be aware of, because that's how traumas are. Traumas are hidden. And this person had a very traumatic upbringing or experience, however it resonates for them. But somewhere down the line within their life, they've experienced multiple traumatic experiences, and they felt, or they were taught, that the only way that they could get out of situations, or they can put harm or push harm onto other people, is doing negativity with spell work. Negativity, not positivity. Negativity. So it brought out this person's mental health issues. If you ain't doing the work, if you're not diving within self, how would you know it's there? You are the only person that have the keys to the deeper depths of self. You are. And you are the only one that can use that key to change the dynamic of self. I could sit here and talk till I'm blue in the face. I can give you all the information that I can, but it's totally up to you to use that key to dive deeper within self to change the narrative of the things that you want to change, or whatever, however. Now they don't know if they coming or going, because they raised the ants' nest. They did. With this foolish Toy Story candles. Against an innocent one. Against a real one. I promise you, if you were to put a mirror up to their face, they would run away from what they see specifically in the mirror. They would. They can't even face themselves. So how in the hell do you expect them to face you? A coward? That only pussyfoots around in the dark? The same coward that wants you to be afraid of them? The same person that's afraid of you exposing them for who they are, the filth that they are, wants you to stay quiet and keep their nastiness at a quiet or at a minimum, but they're okay with trying to destroy your life. A scorn lover, upset because you move forward, wanting their lapdog to do their dirty work for them so they can keep their hand clean. That's how much they love their person. That's how much they care for their person. And that person can't even see that. All they see is that they finally got someone who they think or assume loves them. And that they have to go through many trials and tribulations when it comes to love, and you don't even have to do that, but that's how they feel. So they feel that they have to put themselves on the line. It's like they're trying to be a soldier for who? For you? They're trying to fight a fight that they're going to lose. It was it was a losing fight in the beginning. You were the winner, but for them it was a losing fight from the beginning. Gamble. They gambled with their life. They did. They chose a certain game that they knew that they were going to win because they thought that they were psychic, or they thought they had intuition, or they thought that they had discernment. If you don't even know yourself, how are you going to be able to listen to the guidance of self, or listen to the messages that are coming to you in regards to self? How? How's that going to work? Because the energy that they were operating out of wasn't of a higher source, a higher spirit, a higher energy, a higher vibrational energy. It was low. Remember, people treat you based on their level of experience, and their level of experience of living is very low, survival mode. We got narcissists here. angels is in reverse. I'm hearing a da 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 da. Keep hearing NFL. Y'all ready for the Super Bowl, huh? I actually think the Eagles is gonna win. I do. I'm saying that because I'm biased. This part I'm biased because it's my hometown. So you go Eagles, Eagles. Eagles, ain't I got on green? Yeah, Eagles, go ahead. Copying is in reverse. It's like you are the original blueprint as to who you are because it's only one of you. Then you got copying in reverse here. I don't want no smoke with you, boo. I don't watch football. It is what it is. I don't care who wins, but it is what it is. Anywho, we have copying in reverse here. The scoring lover was trying to get this person to emulate all of you. The scoring lover never wanted to be with you for whatever reason. You were smarter than them. You look better than them. You do, like, life is just much better without them. And this scoring lover always thought that you were kind of like sizing them up, or you were putting the pressure on them to do more in a positive way, and they could not do that because that's just not their MO. So they had someone else attempt to watch you and research you and to emulate you, and they can't do it. They couldn't do it. Ah. Who was YouTube Terms of Service? Who was that? Did one of the moderators change your name? Just let me know, please. Oh, wait. Oh, it's Emerald. Okay. Okay, sorry. I see. I see. I read it wrong. Okay. This is weird, like Hannibal Lecter style. Well, that's what happens when some certain people have access to TV. They really feel like that they can reenact what they saw on TV. TV could be a blessing to some people's mind, or it could be a complete disaster for some people's mind. And in this instance here, it's a complete disaster for these individuals here. So, sitting on a pedestal is in reverse. There was no pedestal for them to ever sit on because they weren't doing anything right. They have excess baggage, as they should. They feel numb, as they should. They have a lot of broken thinking. Like, I could really see this person like really just bug-eyed. Their eyes are like, you know, because they're so afraid. Somebody had Chinese food, or you eating Chinese food as leftovers, or you just warmed up Chinese food or something. I'm smelling Chinese food. There's always something with y'all when y'all watching me, you know. It's too much evidence that's just piling up. Yeah, it's a bitter pill to swallow, or is a lot of pills that they swallowed might actually be a real thing. Yeah, obstacles and criminal record. The criminal felt because they already have a record, they don't want to add any more to their portfolio. So this is when they start to delegate certain type of criminalistic task to other people who they feel is easy to, you know, oh, just I need to do that for me. Okay, no problem. They won't ask any questions. They won't inquire about anything. They won't research further. You know what I mean? So the ego is here. Yeah. Yeah. Ego messing them up, child. Well, that sounds good. Blueberry waffles. I'm locked up, but won't let me out. They won't let me out. Oh, they won't let me out. See what happens when you're in the ego? The ego is, it could be a beautiful thing or it could be a disastrous thing, depending on how you're using your ego. It, I'm just saying. So with your ego, it's all fear-based. This is how they operate. They operate out of fear. So imagine you have somebody with a super ego and all they know is fear. They won't go the extra mile, especially that you walked away from them and you give them two, MF, like, you flick them off. They can't handle that. It's like, how dare you? How dare you see me for who I am? How dare you decide that you want better for yourself? How dare you decide to move on without me? Like, it's really like that. It's really like that. Even in Monsters, Inc., right? The movie Monsters, Inc., with all the monsters, there was a little girl that wasn't afraid of the monsters. And the monsters did everything, even oversized themselves to make themselves look bigger than it really was. And the little baby would just come and just hug it. And they were like, what's going on? They kind of were like self-destruct because they never felt love from anyone, let alone a little baby. That makes sense? Another show I'm picking up is on Nickelodeon. Remember Our Real Monsters? And those monsters live underground. And their job was to actually scare people. They will come at a certain time at night, and their job was to scare as many people as they could, and they would actually like get energy from that. Yeah, check it out. Our Real Monsters is actually on Paramount. There's actually a lot of older shows, like nostalgic shows, that you can still watch on Paramount. They have underlying health issues. The underlying health issues is their mental health. That's one of them. They try to accuse you. How they want to accuse you for moving forward? Somebody eating oodles and noodles? They're cold-blooded? It's your fault. It's your fault, and you have to pay. Okay. Whatever. Whatever. They the one destroying themselves. My whole thing is, how you gonna be cold-blooded quietly? Cold-blooded quietly? But you call yourself strong? You say you the HBIC or the HNIC in charge? But you cold-blooded behind the scenes? They don't like the fact that you are aware as to what's going on. They don't like tarot and oracle readers. They don't. They think that they are the Antichrist, which is odd, whatever. They think that tarot and oracle readers shouldn't exist. This is how this person feels because we speak truth, or for the ones that do speak truth. And they can't handle people, I'll use me as an example, such as myself, that speak truth because it exposes their lies. But yet they're using root workers to put you in harm's way. They're reciting verses and psalms to put you in harm's way. They're recruiting other people and lying to the people about who you are to put you in harm's way. But that's not the Antichrist. But you sitting here and listening and trying to be guided to the truth, that's the Antichrist. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So for the ones that are telling the truth, such as myself, they feel that they're in a position where they feel that they can play with their Toy Story candles. And a lot of people are learning, you just can't do that. I'm gonna say it one more time. You know what I'm about to say. You don't know who walks with who. You don't. You don't know who walks with who. And yes, if you don't understand something, ask. Ask questions. Don't just assume. Because you know what happens when you assume, right? Anywho, your spiritual team knows that you know, and you should be aware. You need to be aware as to what someone is potentially trying to do to you in a dangerous manner. You need to know and you need to be aware so you can protect yourself. That's why we're here, to help guide you so you can learn the ins and outs of you. I'm here to promote self-individuality or individualism. That's what I'm here to promote. Learn all that you can about you, so you don't ever get caught up in situations like this again. You give off the depiction, or you give off energy of being a late bloomer. So you might be an individual that may have learned life later. But just because you learned life later does not make you an unintelligent person. It doesn't. You just weren't aware as to what was happening, or you weren't taught, or you didn't have at the time, you didn't have a new avenue for a new perspective to come in so you can learn from that new perspective. So don't beat yourself up over this, please. You had to learn what you had to learn. The big question here is, did you learn the lesson that you need to learn? That is the question. Did you learn what you had to learn? And if the answer is yes, you just elevated yourself. You don't even realize just how much you elevated yourself with you recognizing the truth for what it is, not for what you want it to be, for what it is. And what it is that there are narcissistic, vile, very super egotistical individuals who are running around on this earth with a lot of mental instabilities, with huge God complex, and they feel that they are invincible, and they feel that they are superior to you, and they're not. They are not. Don't let anybody put filth in your head when it comes to you. You are not unintelligent. You are not slow. There's nothing off about you. The intuition that you are feeling and that you're resonating with is for a reason. Because you need to know, you need to have that inner guidance. I like to call it the GPS. But you need to have that inner guidance to help guide you through these waters or through this path called life. And at any point in given time, there are going to be some games that are placed on your path. And that game is going to come off as very shiny. The question to you is, are you going to play that game, or are you going to bypass that? It's a lot of games that people put onto your path to ensure that you fall off your golden path. And if you're able to see that game from a mile away, you're able to see all that bells and whistles and all that, you're going to bypass it. So now they feel betrayed by you. Who cares? Who cares? They feel betrayed by you. Who cares? The only reason why they feel betrayed by you is because you see them for what they are, filth. You do. You see them for what they are. And they can't handle it. They can't stand that. Oh, well. Oh, well. Oh, well. Tell them cry you a river. Tell them get out their little violin. Cry me a river. Oh, cry me a river, cry me, cry me. Cry me, cry me, cry me, cry me. Some get out the most smallest violin that they can. We don't give a flying fart, Karmic. We don't care. We don't care, boo. I'm just saying. Oh man. Mm-mm-mm. Let's see what else. I'm just saying, you know. I'm just saying. Yeah, they trying to retaliate. The only person that they're going to retaliate on is themselves. They don't even have two eyes to see themselves. Look, one eye is covered by a sword. So if they don't even have the vision, the 2020 vision to see what they're attempting to do, you don't think they're not going to fall on their own sword that already has blood on it? That tells me that they juke themselves already from time to time. Look, there's blood on the sword. That sword came from themselves that they took out, and they want to try to juke you with that same sword. Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. Let them fall on their own sword. Like the young people say, no cap. Okay? Don't the younger people say no cap? They effed around and they locked up and won't let me out. They won't let them out. No. Oh well. Do better for self. Pick better choices. They're irresponsible. Oh well. They're so angry that they can't even see. Look, 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 look. It's only one eye, not two. It's one eye. Their third eye is completely busted out, completely blown out. You can blow out your third eye. You can if you're doing foolishness. Things can be taken away from you if you exercise life in a very foolish way. One eye with one sword. That's all they have left. One good eye. And I don't even feel like the eye all that good. And they're trying to use that to aim and try to see where they can attack you, and it's not going to work. Very deceitful. A very, very foul-footed, deceitful person. Left on red. They may be having issues with their eyes, could be diabetic, could be blind in one eye, may actually don't even have an eye, may have like a glass eye or a false eye or prosthetic eye. You cancel them. Like Nino, living just enough. In the city, I'm living, just enough. Living just enough for the city, I'm living. New Jack Swing. Canceled in the banding. You cancel that MF. I'm canceling that. Cancel it. And when you cancel that joint, you left it. They feel salty. I don't care what nobody say. Any moment that I have to laugh at these karmics, I will always laugh a bellyful laugh. I will always laugh a soulful laugh for these riffraffs. These are riffraffs that's in isolation and inactive because they don't know where to move forward. You're talking too much. You know they're moving without you even having to see them. And that's what bothers them the most. You don't have to call them. You ain't got to go searching for nothing. The little birdie comes like, doo-doo-doo, dap, dap, dap. Hey, we got a message for you. What you got, boo? They can't stand there. Oh, well, do better. Treat people right. And you wouldn't have to go through any of this foolishness. Now look at them hanging on for dear life by a thread. You you got me hanging on a string now. That's by Loose Ends. Y'all know that song, right? And I'm gonna leave this live up on Instagram today. It's not too deep today. So we got late bloomer and unresponsive. They considered you a late bloomer. Okay, whatever. Just because you may be late to the party or you're late to something doesn't make you unintelligent. You're just not aware at the time. That's all. But you're unresponsive to this person's calls. They're calling you, they're texting you, they're trying to, can you reach out to such and such? Other phone numbers could be calling you, numbers that you're not aware of from different cities and different states and stuff. It's this person here. They're trying to see if your phone is still working or if someone else is going to be able to get in contact with you. Like they're trying to see if you're going to answer anyone else's call. I'm working on a ringtone for my laugh. I'm almost done with it. Y'all been asking and I'm going to deliver. I'm almost done with it, okay? So it will be up on iTunes. Yeah, it'll be up there soon. Just, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so y'all will have that. Gaslighting you. Where I'm at? 73 minutes. The karmic shenanigans, baby. Yes, I agree. Francois says on Instagram, late bloomers, we are great observers. I agree. I truly agree. Just because you ain't saying anything doesn't mean you're not aware. If that makes sense. And in some cases, your team or your spirit guides may tell you to, hey, don't say anything right now. We gonna let you know when to, you know that big red button that they say only press for emergencies? That's where the truth come in. That big red button with that little glass that be protecting it. As soon as you open it and you press that big red button, that's when the truth start coming down. They can't handle it. Oh, shh. It's like a geyser without any warning, just gushing everywhere. You didn't have any warnings, but you knew something was off. They felt something was off. They just couldn't put it into words. And hey, here you come. Now they got to take several seats. Sad. What a wasteful life. They waste their life, and I don't feel bad. I don't feel sorry. I don't care what happens to them. I just don't. I don't feel sorry for people that put other people in harm's way. I don't. They're going to resign from this. The more they try to beat you up, when they try to stop you from moving forward, the harsher the karma is going to be, and they're feeling that. So, and other people, they may not be able to visually see because, as I mentioned, they left. They're on the run. They're so spooked out that they just like, you know, this super ego is what's going to destroy them. Divine calling is in reverse. You're going to be toasted. Welcome to the good life. Welcome to the good life. That's about to be you, boo. Champagne life. Since they want to be a spiritual charlatan. Okay. How that working out for you, little dog? Little dog karmic. How that working out for you, little dog? Little player. We have Capricorn. You could be, they could be. Aquarius. Aries. Capricorn. Gemini. A dirty foot. Gemini. Go clean your foot that you call hooves. Low vibrational Gemini. Underneath your foot black and it stink. Go clean your foot, boo. Every step they take, we go see. We got Cancer here. We got Scorpio. Yeah, we're going. One more. Scorpio. Okay? So if that resonates, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Yeah, I think I'm on some shenanigans today. We'll see how my spirit said. I may come back on a little later. All right, if you would like to book a private read with me, my website is kalindi.com/afrozen. That information is posted everywhere, especially in my reels. If you watch my reels, wait to the end to receive the my website. Oh, I like that. I just made a heart. You can find my information on Instagram in my bio profile. Click the link tree and you can schedule there. It's all over. All right. So until next time, guys, be safe. Have a great day. Eat well, because today's the, what do you call it? What time is the game today? What time does the Super Bowl begins today? Anyone? You're welcome. 5:30. Okay. All right. I'll see y'all later. Have a good one. Bye, TikTok. Bye, Instagram. I love you. And I'm going to save this, okay? Bye, YouTube. I love you guys. Thank you so much for the donation.